This Series 2 E-Type is a real rarity in left-hand drive form. I think this is probably the only Mazda RX-3 we'll be seeing here today. Today on Car Traction, welcome to our wonderful Ford V8 Pilot parked under a tree, complete with leaflets that are free to take for any old classic car and Car Traction fans. It is about 8 o'clock on a very foggy Saturday morning. We're here at what is normally a cricket field, but today is the day of the 2024 Weaver Wonder, and you haven't seen my videos of here before. It's basically a very nice classic car run, a few modern sports cars, pretty much any sort of enthusiast cars, but we will be seeing plenty of classic cars today. Any 50s cars, I'm sure we'll be seeing a few of those, maybe even a couple of pre-war cars, which will be absolutely great. Mickey Mouse is looking very happy, hanging on the dashboard there in the Pilot. But as I said, it's about 8 o'clock. We got here probably an hour too early, so it's probably going to be a fair bit of waiting around, but I'll make sure to capture a few arrivals of the classic cars rolling in to the Crewe Vagrants. Today's classic car road run is organised by the Rotary Club of Crewe and the Nantwich Weaver, and very appropriately we have just put on our vintage Nantwich and District Motor Club badge on the front of the Pilot. Now, what is the story with this one? This is a real curio rolling in now. It's like a Honda S600 or S800, but look at the length of the wheelbase. These are usually tiny little sports cars, and the body would usually end just after the sort of interior where the driver is sitting, but this has got like a super long wheelbase. I've never seen that before. If any of you guys know what's going on with that long wheelbase Honda, please do let me know. Beautiful pre-war MG Tourer rolling in next. Drive it in appropriate attire. That's a freshly restored car, that one. I hear a burbling V8 or something very loud. Let's see what this one is. Cobra replica, very cool with the hardtop actually. You see plenty of Cobra replicas, but that one looks so cool with its hardtop, doesn't it? Yeah, very nice hardtop on this Shelby Cobra replica. That's a really sleek looking car. Another real rarity has to be the Saab 99 that is next to roll in. Look at that in beige. Side lights on. That looks a super original car there. Really rare to see one in that in condition. 99 GL Super Automatic. A very early B-Reg Morris 1300 is next to roll in. Suppose it might be an 1100, they look exactly the same. The E-Series was available as an 1100 and a 1300, that's an 1100. And a Jaguar X308. That is an XJ Executive. The very noisy TVR Tuscan is next to roll in. I think this one's got a pretty much open exhaust on it. And the wonderful colour flip paint. Mark 1 MX5 downshifting into the Crewe Vagrant Centre now, first MX5 of the day, and of course it's the best one, the Mark 1 with those wonderful pop-up headlights. Our Mark 1 California is actually staying at home today as we came in the Pilot. Triumph Stag in yellow is next to roll in, one of the best colours any old car can be in. Focus, there we go. 3-litre V8 burbling away there. I'm sure there'll be many Triumph Stags on the classic car road run today. MGB Roadsters also rolling in, followed closely by a green Triumph 2000. Aftermarket Lucas spot lamps on the front, that one as well, making its lovely 2-litre burble. Very nice little selection of arrivals. And I said we were getting quite a few Triumph Stags in today, and there's another pairing just arriving.
Yeah, round to the left.
Beautiful Mark II Jaguar. Dad's filming something. What is it? This is the normal type of Honda S800 you see. Really short wheelbase little sports car, but that grey one we saw earlier, so you can see it had a way longer wheelbase than this one. I do really like the look of those super revvy little sports car. But yeah, that grey one has certainly had some sort of like drivetrain or wheelbase modification. Very shiny MGTF, followed closely by a lovely Triumph TR6. First TR6 of the day. Triumph TRs are very popular classic sports cars, so I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of those here today. I hope you like my vantage point on this big mound of gravel. There's also Mercedes SL. Those are really nicely put together, high quality cars those. There's all sorts going on now. Triumph TR4 road rally spec car. Seen that one driving around generally just a few times, but it's actually here at a show today for the Weaver Wonder 2024. Triumph TR6 in a sort of beigey orangey colour. I'm not sure that's exactly Triumph's name for that colour. So all these cars are parking up. There's an MGC Roadster complete with hardtop. That's a very nice sounding car. Gotta love the racing roundel as well. Triumph TR5. First TR5 of the day. That's got a 2.5 litre as opposed to the MG's 3 litre. As the Mark 1 MX-5 seems to be doing a bit of manoeuvring. Everyone's filing in. Mark 2 MX-5. Oh, that voice crack was unforgivable. Followed by a Porsche 944 and a Triumph TR4. Plenty arriving now. Great selection of spot lamps on the front of this Volvo Amazon. 123 GT followed by a Ford Granada. Now I'm sure some of you guys watching this video will remember some of these, and if you do, please let me know in the comments. We have a Triumph 1500, the predecessor to the Dolomite, with quite a vocal dog in there, and a Ford Anglia Super. Also complete with dog, but a more quiet one in there. Fiat Bath 595. Bit of cooling going on there, very nice. It's had plenty of mods, that car. Triumph TR4. Another lovely car in red. I think we'll have a little look around all the arrivals. So far still very early for the 2024 Weaver Wonder, starting off with this, which no is not actually an Aston Martin, even though it is quite convincing. This was originally a BMW Z3 that has gone a very actually impressive transformation. If we look at the interior of this car, all the interior's been modified. We've got the old style gear stick, the dials as well. It's a Z3, but it's been sort of changed really convincingly into like a DB4 Zagato Aston Martin, and quite ironically the Lucas lamps on the front of this are probably older than the car itself, but that is actually a really impressive transformation. That's Triumph TR4A Roadster here as well. This car is absolutely gleaming in dark blue, very very lovely colour. Just behind me, a TVR Chimera in red. Haven't seen a red Chimera in quite a while, if ever actually. Don't usually see them in that colour. Just next to that is a lovely MG pre-war Tourer. The owner of this car has, I think, several of these pre-war MGs. This is his most recently restored pre-war MG. It's just a lovely, lovely car. Nut and bolt restoration on this one. It is just absolutely gleaming. Next to that is a ACR Shelby Cobra replica. And what makes this one special is its wonderful looking hardtop. You see loads of these around with the sort of usual convertible styles, but the one that sets this apart for me is that great looking hardtop. BMW 5 Series. I think with that hardtop looks like a proper sort of Le Mans racer. Now this is an interesting car. This used to be a Triumph Herald. This is the Triumph Formosa, the Spider, which looks really cool. I think we'll have a little look at that one later. few Morgans and other things rolling in now. Mercedes SL, Saab 99 GL. This is a super rare car, this one in beige. Automatic as well. Really lovely condition, that one as well. 1979. There's the Morgan. And here's this super clean Morris 1100. Such an original car. B-Reg, so one of the earliest of the 8016 cars. Still got a little Acers in the front of it. That's actually a really rare little car, especially in that condition. Lovely Citroen 2CV. Mark II MX-5 over there. Just behind me is a great looking X300. XJ8 or XJ Executive, I think this one is. Jaguar. Really lovely cars these, I do like them. Next to that, TVR Tuscan with the pearlescent paint, I think it's called, the colour flip paint job. MGTF. There's a BMW 46 M3 Cabriolet there. MGTF, MGB Roadster, first MGB here. Gleaming chrome. Here's this great looking Mark II Jaguar. Got a 3.8 in this one, so the largest of the XK straight 6 units. Really lovely inside. Very, very tasty car there. Jaguar XK Cabriolet, Triumph Stag, all the cars are really rolling in now. But yeah, beyond this wonderful Mark II Jaguar is this gorgeous little Honda S800. Now this is that's actually quite helpful, having these two together. So we've got this lovely, pretty much unmodified Honda S800. As you can see, very short wheelbase, lovely little car. Bit of timing gear in there as well, so maybe a bit of a competition car. But if we look at this one here in silver, you can see if we go around the side here, how much longer a wheelbase that one is. These are both parked side by side in line at the front. You can see the wheel on that one is so much further set back than this one. Now what has gone on with that silver S800, I have no idea. But all of the front is the same. Like these were made as a convertible and a bit of a GT body, but this is an extremely modified car. So it's got such a long back, almost like a pickup style on this. Is the interior, I think some modified seats in it as well. You can see these red line at 10,000 RPM, casually. Yeah, that's a really curious extension there. Yeah, if anyone knows anything about that, or is enjoying any of the cars here, let me know in the comments. Got this wonderful MGC, that's a really special car, for a reason I will talk about later. And you see that little badge there? That is what makes that car so interesting. So we'll have a look at that a little bit later. Porsche 944 here with some very nice Porsche decals. BMW 3 Series Cabriolet. Very cool looking Mini with a 1275 in it, as indicated by the modified badge. Triumph Stag is also rolling in now. Roll cage in this one, very sticky tyres, quick release bonnet. Very cool little racer. I really love this car. This is a Volvo Amazon 123 GT in perfect condition. Volvo and Lucas spot lamps on the front of this one, AA badge. Looks super, super cool in dark green this. Look at that interior, that is so nice in there. I do really love Amazons. Just such a great looking classic saloon car there. That is a really, really lovely car, that. Nice curved glass as well. What a great lineup we have here today. That's only the first row. Ford Granada and a Beaufort Tourer. That's actually one of the more modern cars here today, believe it or not. Here's the Morgan section perhaps. Morgan Roadster, another Morgan Roadster complete with its roof up. And a Triumph TR4 is also doing a bit of manoeuvrings. I think this is like the Triumph TR4 club section or something. BMW Z4, and we've got quite a selection of Triumph Stags over here. What a great lineup of Triumph Stags we have here today. Hopefully indicated the STs for Stags on this side and the TRs for Triumph TRs on this side. And this TR4 is following suit next to, you guessed it, another wonderful TR4 Triumph. Bit of timing going this one as well, maybe a bit of a competition car there next to the BMW Z4. No, unfortunately CT doesn't stand for car traction. I think this is for Club Triumph. Hence the presence of this wonderful Triumph 2000, which it looks somewhat alarmed. Really cool classic saloon these, I think. These do make a very tasty noise from their 2 litre straight 6. Of course you had the 2.5 litre straight 6 that went in some of these, but this is the smaller engine variant. Got the Triumph Stag, that's got a 3 litre V8 in it, and there is actually a 2.5 litre 2500S Triumph there, so that's got the 2.5 litre Triumph straight 6. This green one here has just the 2 litre. Another Triumph TR4, this one in a wonderful blue. Dark blue is probably one of the best colours I think for any car to be in, especially classic cars. Just next to that is a Triumph Spitfire 1500 Mark V in white, and here's this very tasty MGC. As I said, it has a Downton badge on the back, and Downton was a period tuning company for like the BMC cars. Of course MG was actually a BMC manufactured car, but this I think has something like 180 brake horsepower from its slightly breathed on straight 6 by Downton tuning. It's got the 3 litre C-Series BMC engine, but it's just been breathed on by a period tuning company, and they made very few of those cars. That's a real rarity. Mark III MX-5 as well. BMW 5 Series 535, I think that one is. And here's this wonderful Triumph Formosa Spider, this one's called. Really nicely done body. It used to be a Triumph Herald, but it's been since converted. It's got a Triumph 2 litre straight 6 with a fairly open exhaust, which does sound fantastic. It's just a really nicely put together car, this. Just really does look the part, I think. And I'm sure it drives just like any classic race car. So cool, that. Just looks like a Maserati 300S or something similar. It's so well done, that car. To think that was a Triumph Herald probably about 50 years ago. Morgan here. Citroen 2C V6 Special, great variety. Handily the window is folded up so we can get a quick look at the incredible interior. There's the BMW E46 M3 Cabriolet, another Citroen 2C V6 with a Gulf livery, which is very cool, and there's the Triumph Racer. Another great row of modern cars such as the Jaguar XK. I think modern classics, this TVR Chimera would count as a Chimera 500, which I think is the largest engine you could get these in red, which is actually quite a rare colour. Haven't seen one in red for a while. And then we get into our proper classic cars. This is probably the first Italian car of the day. I think we've seen actually a surprising amount of classic Hondas, but the first Italian car is this Fiat Abarth 595. There's a Capri 2.8 litre V6 Ford there. And plenty more rolling in. Yeah, you can see the boot or bonnet, I guess you could call it, is suspended to give a little bit of cooling for that 595cc Fiat engine. Of course, rear engine cars always are going to struggle a bit with cooling. There's a TVR Griffith that's just manoeuvring just over there, and a lovely W123 Mercedes. That's a really nice car. Here's the front of the Fiat 695 Abarth. 1972. It's actually a replica. This one used to be a 500L, and it's been sort of tuned up. As I said, it was quite modified earlier to be, arguably actually I think it's a little bit quicker than an Abarth 695 originally. Next to that is a Ford Anglia Super from 1963. This is a 123E, being the Super. Little badge bar. I really like the Alton Park badge on the front of this one. That's a really cool badge, of course. Alton Park, our local circuit. Yeah, that's a great mod on this classic Ford Anglia. Next to that is the predecessor to the Triumph Dolomite. This is a Triumph 1500, which is basically like, Dad's filming me, which is basically like the earlier version of the Triumph Dolomite. Got a lovely pair of Lucas spot lamps on the front there as well. Just next to that is a Mark II MX-5 and a Renault Sport Clio. Very tasty Triumph TR6 on the end here. These also have the Triumph 2.5 litre straight 6 in them. Looking super cool in the emerging sunshine here at the Crewe Vagrants Cricket Club grounds. We actually haven't even expanded onto the main club sort of ground, which is like that field over there behind all the undergrowth, because I've just been looking around the great selection of classic cars. In this section, Mercedes SL, those are super reliable and nicely put together cars. Triumph TR4, this is a bit of a road rally spec car with a selection of badges and shell covers on the spot lamps. Triumph TR6 here, looking very lovely on mini lights. MGC Roadster, this one. Very good sounding car there, also with a 3 litre straight 6. Triumph TR5, 2.5 litre straight 6 in those. and a Mark II MX-5. The left-hand drive Cortina GT Classic Ford is doing a bit of manoeuvring, and there's the Ashley GT hardtop on a Triumph Spitfire. It's a Mark II or a Mark III, I think that car is. The Aston Martin is doing a bit of manoeuvring, but that's a really cool car. I think the owner's starting to have a look at a few motorsports with it. It's actually spot lampless today. It used to have some spot lamps on it, but it has since removed those. It was at the Tour of Cheshire run, but unfortunately I think the plugs were oiling up and it was not running properly at all, so it's great to see it out. Running issues resolved here at the Weaver one there.
Yeah, go to the top.
Of course, we wish every car here good reliability. Caterham 7 sort of thing there. I'm not exactly sure what the exact name for those are. It's a Q plate on it, and a Triumph Stag just behind. Another left-hand drive car, curiously. That must be perhaps an American market. Series 2 Jaguar E-Type. Yeah, left-hand drive. That's very rare in that configuration. What a great turn-up of classic cars we have here today. Here's the left-hand drive Cortina GT, Cibier lamps on the front, very nice. Triumph Stag is also rolling in. There's so many of those here today. One of the most popular classic GT cars, an Audi TT here, and a wonderful 105 Series Alfa Romeo. This is a 1750, this car, in absolutely beautiful condition. Right, so I think we'll have a little look around the second field now, as plenty is still arriving. Very burbly exhaust note on this Triumph TR3. I think this is probably the only Mazda RX-3 we'll be seeing here today. This is a super rare car, rotary engine Mazda. But this is a bit of a racing one. The owner of this car actually has another one, I believe. This one on mini lights. I think he's got like a more standard one, less modified one, and this is his sort of every race car one. Nice decal reg on it. Here it's actually a really good looking car. I think that super revving, of course, having a rotary Mercedes SL400 there, looking very sleek and blue. Citroen 2C V6. There's a Porsche 911 Targa here as well. An MGF next to a lovely Sunbeam Talbot Tourer, 4-seater Tourer. Although the 4 seats becomes 3 when you have the wicker basket back there. Lovely wooden dashboard. Another Mark I MX-5, first green one. A Triumph Stag manoeuvring in the background. Yeah, gleaming chrome on this wonderful Sunbeam Talbot. It could be pre-war, could be post-war. It's that sort of era where you can't really tell. It's nice to see another Nantwich and District Motor Club badge. That's the slightly later style. I think Dad's got a couple of those as well. We've got the earlier style now, Ford Pilot, but yeah, nice to see another local badge. Now here's a great looking little Austin Healey Sprite. Now I think this one, these all have an A-series, but I think this one's got like a 1275, which is the largest A-series you could get in the Sprites or the MG Midgets, which are effectively the same car. But this one, I remember seeing it leaving the Combermere Cars and Caffeine Classic Car breakfast meets, and it really had a turn of speed. This was a super quick little car, so I think its engine has been a little bit tickled. Of course, it's very light, but that was a surprisingly quick car. Actually really quite impressive. Mark III MX-5, there's a 3 Series Cabriolet there as well. A Triumph TR3 in this corner. Very lovely in white, and a fantastic looking Saab 96 in black. Left-hand drive, 2-stroke job here. Got a lovely pair of yellow spot lamps on the front. That looks fantastic in black, with the lovely blue stripes down the side. Red elements. That looks so lovely. Of course, the early bullnose design of these, having of course the rear hinge doors, but these will have the absolutely fantastic Saab 2-stroke engine. So cool that. Mark I MX-5 in green here. Here's yet another Triumph Stag, this one with its 3-litre V8 exposed. I really like the look of this Mark I MG Midget on painted wire wheels. Of course, the early ones, of course, having the lovely chrome grills. There's also another Citroen 2CV rolling in with a driver in appropriate attire, I think you could say. Beyond a pairing of Porsche Boxsters, over there is an Austin Maestro. Another beautiful pre-war MG will be taking part in today's road run. That looks like a little TA midget or something, mid to late 30s. Yeah, that little MG midget is absolutely glorious. An RSC and AA badge on it. Prescott Hill Climb stick on it, so maybe a bit of a competition car there. I think it's like a TA midget or something, I'm not exactly sure. It's definitely a pre-war MG Tourer. Lovely car there. I think soon the cars will be departing for their road run. Of course, we'll film all the cars leaving the meet. Following the MGB GT, and just behind me a Porsche Boxster. Another row of cars here. This is a 6 Series BMW next to this absolutely immaculate Austin Maestro. We've got a lovely Mini here. This is a Mark 1 Morris Cooper on Cosmic Style. I think they're just style. Sorry for the lens cap, guys. Alloy wheels, sliding windows, being a Mark 1. What a great looking car that is. So beyond this December 1966 Mark 1 Morris Cooper is a lovely Ford Cortina Super 4-door in absolutely immaculate condition. That dad seems to be expressing quite an interest in. Just over there an MGTF, an Alfa Romeo Mito. That's a modern car, but I think they're kind of interesting in a way. And the nose of another MGTF. Lovely dark blue Porsche Boxster, complete with smoked rear lights, and a Mark 1 MX-5. I do like the look of this one with its decal registration, roll cage in it as well, hardtop. There may be a little bit of a front body kit, maybe, not sure. Another 2024 Weaver Wonder plaque is on the front of this great looking MGB GT in orange. Cross style wheels. Great looking period sticker for stop lock security. Beyond the Z4 is this MGB Roadster with a very unique hardtop. I can't exactly remember the name of the hardtop, the exact name of like this style of hardtop in this MGB. It's really, really cool though. Just next to that is this wonderful MGYB. Seen this car quite a few times before. This is the world's first MGYB, this one. Another lovely post-war, probably late 40s, 48, 47, 49 saloon. This car is another hydraulic jacking system, just like our Ford Pilot over there. Although this one has just a little 4-cylinder compared to our flathead V8. That's 52 this one actually is, sorry. Nice little spot lamp on the front there as well, but this one has like a self-jacking system which will raise the car off the ground just like our V8 Pilot, which is from 1950. This is 2 years younger, this MGYB. I like the original remains, like the dealer's sticker or something on the dashboard. That is really nice there. The Club Triumph stand has expanded quite a bit to accommodate another lovely 2000 or 2.5 litre car, and this great looking Triumph GT6 here, Mark III GT6 on Cosmic alloy wheels. Haven't seen one of these on those alloys before, looks super cool. Of course the 2 litre straight 6 up front in these, that looks super nice actually, in its sort of gunmetal silver sort of thing. Yeah, that is really nice. Looks to be freshly restored, I think, this Triumph GT6 Mark III, but that looks super cool on those Cosmic alloys.
And on the Sunday, they go from Wickets Road, actually.
As you can see, all the classic cars that are taking part in the run have their Weaver Wonder plaques on. I'm sure that actually affects the cooling a little bit, because doesn't get much cooling on the front of this Caterham, but I'm sure it'll be alright. It's about 5 minutes until 10 o'clock, which is when all the cars will go on their road run, so I'll start to gravitate swiftly towards the exit to get a few of the cars accelerating away onto their run. One of the many MGTFs here today is off, followed by a wonderful MGB Roadster. The only MGB Roadster here today actually, which is something I don't think I've ever said at a car show. There's usually loads and loads of these classic MGs, but no, just the one Roadster I think here today. It's probably actually more MGCs than MGBs today, which is something I've pretty much never said before, I think. Alfa Romeo 105 Series 1750 is off next. Such a lovely car, that.
flag up every time.
The sun was coming out a little bit.
And as you can see, the field is very, very quiet. The X308 Jaguar is still here, and the curious long wheelbase Honda is also still here. The S800 convertible is also just behind me, but as you can see, it is pretty empty here. So if you enjoyed this video of like the little road run and all the goings on, that's the Weaver Wonder 2024. I think it's a 30-mile or 50-mile run. Then please do let me know in the comments below. And also, if you guys have any idea about this fascinating on the S800, because I was looking at this and it's got no seals or anything, so that's either like a custom made extension or like a whole panel or blended in, I don't even know. This is a real puzzler, this Honda. Yeah, if anyone on the off chance happens to know what is going on with this Honda, please let me know in the comments, and whether you liked or remembered in period any of the other wonderful classic cars, many classic British cars that we saw here today. But I think now I'm going to say, make sure to come back next Sunday for a brand new automotive upload, or check out the channel homepage for just under 200 previous classic car related videos. And bye for now.